am the great Ainz own fox, and I shall be... fuck. I am the great Ainz old fox, and I shall be feared.
Hello, well, my name is Fox from today, and I'm Fox. And I just finished season 2 of Overlord, which this might be one of my favorite shows. And that's the thing, like, I would say it is up there with one of my favorite shows, Gurren Lagann being my top favorite show. But, this is definitely up there. This is very much up there, and, like, every other kind of, like, MMO kind of anime now will now have to go up against Overlord. In my opinion, like, I'm gonna have to be comparing the crap out of the two, because this so far is one of the best MMO. Well, even though they're technically in a fantasy world now, but it is the best version of, like, an MMO storyline. And not only on top of that, because one, I also bought the mangas, and I actually need to go buy the actual books. They had, like, 2 through 4 at Barnes & Noble's, but they didn't have book 1, so I'm like, fudge. But they had the mangas, so I'm like, alright, I'm buying the mangas. But, even though they're not exactly the same, the mangas at least do give a little bit more insight onto the world of Yggdrasil, which it's kind of freaking cool that you actually can multi-class in different things but at different levels. But that's beside the point. This is season 2 of Overlord, which I, of course, extremely love, because this show does, of course, does what Sword Art Online does, but a million times better. And I said in my last video, you have, of course, you have the super overpowered main character, as what he even dual wields and is known as the Black Swordsman, though it's Raven Black Swordsman in this case. You have his love interest, even like the harem idea, and other characters who see, oh, how great and powerful and strong he is, and falls in love with him. You have that. But then you also have, like, stuff from One Punch Man, where, like, it's like, you have the good guys, all like, say, how are we gonna fight this one demon who created this wall of fire around the town and has demon stuff in there, and like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go this way and that way, but Sir Momon, aka Ainz Algon, you're gonna go in with Evil Eye, which is the masked girl, who's I feel like should be part of Ainz Algon's harem at some point. We're Momon's at this point right now. You'll go with him, as well as with Nabe and stuff like that, which is one of the maids, and you just have that kind of similar thing. 'Cause I've seen that done in One Punch Man too, with like, oh, this is the giant alien ship. Here's how us superheroes are gonna do this. But of course, One Punch Man's the one who's actually gonna go in and do this. And I think that's kind of some of the reasons why I think this might actually do what One Punch Man does also, but doing it way better. Because even though I know One Punch Man is a very popular anime, and it is fun. Like I said, I originally started trying to watch Fate Apocrypha, I think that's what it's called, and like 10 minutes in, I'm like, yeah, I'm bored. But I then switched to One Punch Man, and I immediately was taken into the story and everything. And it's a fun anime, don't get me wrong, but One Punch Man is one note, kinda. Because here's the thing, comparing One Punch Man to, and I say this mostly because, one, Overlord. I'm talking about this one because Overlord is awesome, and Overlord is an awesome anime, and I love it. But they both do something very similar, where they take cliches of their respective genres, as well as then making it. They take their respective genres, and they make them. They take the cliches, but they try to flip it on its head, where it's like, oh, we have all these, like, One Punch Man is like a satire, more or less a satire on, like, the whole idea of, no, all the other characters really don't matter because, like, in Dragon Ball Z, no, the other characters really doesn't matter because Goku's the one who's eventually going to become surpassed Super Saiyan God, red, blue, green, yellow, and he's going to be the strongest one who defeats the bad guy. We technically don't need anyone else. And that's kind of the, and it's not just for Dragon Ball Z, it's supposed to be for, like, many different shonen animes and stuff like that. And I kind of get that, but in the end, that then kind of, at least to me, makes One Punch Man feel kind of one note or limited, because it's just like, okay, no matter what the situation is, all the other heroes are not going to be able to do anything. One Punch Man is going to win, and boom, done. Like, we are always going to basically have that, unless Season 2 is going to be completely different, or there's going to be something different to it, which wouldn't surprise me, and that'd be great. But One Punch Man is kind of one note, while something like this, something like Overlord, especially like Season 2, where the first season we have, of course, we're like, first season, it's really good, and, like, you know, showing, like, oh, how powerful Ainz Algon is, as well as all of his servants. But then you also, basically, the first 2 to 3 episodes of Overlord Season 2, you're following, like, the Lizard Man, and like, I said this in my last video of Overlord, but, like, the whole undead face coming down saying, you all will die, or whatever, if you don't bow down before the great ruler of death. And it's just like, oh my god, I wonder who that ruler of death is. And, like, these lizard guys, like, they gotta hurry, like, rally their troops. Go, Frostblade guy. Go and get your brethren and bring them together to fight this evil. And it's just like, and then only, like, partially way through, I think, see episode 2 or 3, and I'm like, oh, wait, Ainz Algon is the undead overlord who's saying, oh, shit. It's stuff like that. It's stuff like that that is just kind of amazing when, this now is called the Blade of Ainz Algon. It's kind of amazing when something like that can happen. Where it's like, because unlike let's say, and then it, like, something like this happens throughout the rest of the season as well. Where, again, like, the whole thing where Demiurge kind of has a plan, and, like, he sets up, like, a firewall around the capital and stuff like that. And, like, has, like, the demons and maids attack and stuff. Basically, like, to boost up Momon's popularity, as well as they get, like, test subjects as well as resources for, like, their new lizard army and stuff like that. But doing that, like, doing like, you have, like, the good guys, you have, like, the swordsman who's weak but wants to grow stronger, you have the older age awesome swordsman who's, like, super epic, you have the wandering swordsman who, there's a lot of swordsmen now I think about it, the wandering swordsman who's kind of lost his edge and now has to try to reclaim it by fighting the one monster that he defeated him in the last season, which was Shaltir. And the show knows how to build up these characters. And a good example, and One Punch Man tries to do a similar thing, where it's like, oh, the mosquito lady who's absorbed people all around the city, or the giant, or the dude who's a stand-in for Goku, who invades the freaking, the city and town and is super OP as fuck. And is super OP, and, like, he goes Super Saiyan and his hair grows longer because it shows how powerful he is. And stuff like that. You do have, like, build up, I guess, but it's only for it's only for, like, one episode, and then also, of course, it's immediately blown away. And that's the joke. But the thing is, unlike something like Overlord, where, yeah, you build up, like, they build up the lizard people, like, as one, the heroes of this story, until you remember, oh no, Ainz Algon is the villain. And then, like, it kind of, like, shifts, where it's like, well, I don't want them to beat Cochleus. I can't remember his name, sorry. The exact name, the giant big bug guy. I don't want to beat him because he's cool, and I don't want the lizard people to die because they're cool. And And again, like, it makes you like the cannon fodder as well as has the build up. And then if like and then even then you have like when bad guys like fudge what's the eight fingers, I think it's called, which I think it's like is that a Buddhist symbol that they have for the like the hand thing? I don't know, but I believe it is. They build them up like all how powerful they are. They show them against like everyone else how they're so super duper powerful and awesome. And then Sebas blows their heads off with punches. It's stuff like that where, unlike One Punch Man, where you only have an episode to kind of build this up, you then have a better payoff with Overlord, where it's multiple episodes building them up, and then they just get taken out easily. Or they build up these characters, and it's just like, okay, these guys might actually be able to fight our guys, our main cast, the cast of Nazarick. They might be able to destroy them, might be able to fight them and kill them. And like at one point, like even when those characters who are that strong do pop up, you kind of have that fear for these characters, like the Bug Maid from Nazarick, when she versus Evil Eye, and Evil Eye's kicking the crap out of her. I'm just throughout the entire episode going, no, 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 God, no. And I'm like, I like Evil Eye, she's cool. I like to see her with the Momon harem. But, flip noted that. I don't want to see anyone in Nazarick die. And the thing is, like, in this world too, it's like, unlike, let's say, the heroes in One Punch Man, where I feel like if one of them died, the entire group of, like, A-list heroes or S-ranked heroes would be like, that was his job, or something like that. I don't know. And it's just kind of how, like, a lot of them feel. In this, it's like, they hear, like, the Bug Maid is hurt, and Momon, as well as, Nabe, like, you see them clench their fists in anger or worry, just like anger, just like, oh, don't tell me you killed her. Because if you killed her, we're going to kill you right now. It's something like that, which I love. And another cool thing about it is, even some cannon fodder or characters that you do care about die, in some cases, they make it clear that it's only possible through certain things. That Momon, aka Ainz Gon, can only do it for sacrificing like 15 million gold, as well as like some other stuff, which I guess some people might say that kind of undercuts some of it, which I don't really think it does. But in like in the Blue Rose case of the good guy guild, like that they can resurrect the dead, but if it's done on someone weaker skilled or something like that, it will kill them. But it will kill them or like evaporate them immediately. But still, like that at least allows certain things. And usually it only comes up like towards the end of a big battle. It's not something that you go in knowing that like can happen. Or like at least you know, like with Momon's case, that, or even he says that I don't even think these characters can survive being brought back to life. Like, it's cool when like you see, it's kind of sad when you see all the lizard men die easily by Cochleus, but then you see, or Coctius, I believe that is his name. Probably messing it up. But then you see like they bring him back, and then the guy even asks Momon or Ainz Gon to bring back his brother and his other friend, the guy with the big lizard arm, the lizard people I'm talking about. And it's just like, fudge, yeah, I want to see those guys come back. Heck yeah! I want to see them jump back and join Ainz Gon. Fudge! Or like the big muscular lady who always calls that one dude a virgin. And then like the ninja girl, one of the ninja girls. And they bring them back. I'm like, fudge, yeah, I want to see them come back. And it's stuff like that where it's like, even though like it is kind of, even though it doesn't, at least to me, it doesn't seem to undercut the whole idea of bringing the dead back to life. Because it'd be cool to see, like in One Punch Man, the dude who's Goku, the Goku guy, come back for whatever reason. And be like, you know what, I'm going to be a superhero. Because I need to follow this idiot because this guy's super strong. I need to figure out how he's strong or to have a better fight with him or something like that. Like, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. One Punch Man, it tries to do, even though One Punch Man is a way better, even though, like, I am comparing Sword Art Online and One Punch Man to Overlord in knowing exactly that One Punch Man is on the higher scale of good quality anime, while Sword Art Online is crap. I say this with Elucidator and Dark Repulsor in the corner there. But, even so, Overlord does what those two, and even though, again, like, One Punch Man is a higher quality anime, Overlord feels like it's way better crafted, and at least it does way better. Maybe I'm missing the entire point of One Punch Man. Maybe I am, and maybe it is beautiful and genius all on its own, and like maybe it's just going over my head, like, oh, you don't get it, like it's the, but I kind of get the joke. At least for the joke for One Punch Man, it's the kind of joke that's just like, he's super powerful because, you know, who really needs all these other side characters, because really the main character is the main focus. But unlike that with the dude with the fire, the robot, Genesis, Gino. Unlike him, where it's like when he gets into a fight every other episode and he gets his body blown off or his body completely destroyed, but he's repaired easily, which I guess is kind of another joke on the anime. It's like, oh, Krillin will die, but he'll come back next season because of wish magic or whatever. Dragon Ball wish. I get the joke. But unlike that, in this, one, they show that resurrection can't really be done for everyone, or if it is, it's a very high taxing thing, literally with money. And even Momon's like, fuck, I have no money. At one point. So, on that note, like, if these characters die, you feel worried. Or, like, if they kill, like, 5 of them alone, I don't even think Ainz will go, unless they have even more money, which I guess wouldn't surprise me, but still, unless they have a lot of money to burn through, they're not going to be able to summon everyone else. So that then means that this character could possibly stay dead. Or certain characters might not come back, or may will. Or, like, even just showing that these other team has revival magic. That then even shows that these guys are actually pretty tough. They are actually pretty tough enemies, and you kind of are waiting to see when Ainz Algon or Momon will go to fight these guys. And I do separate the two because, you know, Momon is, of course, Ainz Algon's hero form, but also is more of a swordsman, while Ainz Algon is his straight sorcerer, destroyer of worlds form, which just kind of shows how even powerful Momon is with just being a swordsman. But in any case, I've been talking long enough. Basically, this season is really good. Even like the opening theme song kind of like tricks you into like the final battle with Momon and Demiurge, which is really good, I think. Which is really good, I think, and also switching some things on their head, where like the super smart princess is actually a yandere. Or stuff like that. It's freaking great. But again, I feel like Overlord is what you get when you take Sword Art Online, give it way better writing, cooler characters, actually flesh out all of the characters, and on top of that, you add a bit of One Punch Man for taking the overpowered heroes and making them villains, basically, based upon the villains, as well as then having it to where these overpowered heroes, again, are the villains to the actual heroes, who the actual heroes are just really in the way at some points, or are some character you have to, the character that the Overlord has, or Ainz Algon, aka and Momon, have to then, like, say, like, well, follow me as the great hero that I am, and spread my name, and stuff like that, as well as having the whole idea, like, Yggdrasil is mentioned by these natives, so it is in some way connected to this world, but to what extent we don't know. But yeah, this is an amazing anime. I love this. This is going to be what I base a lot of fantasy / MMO style animes against. This is exactly what I'm going to have to put this against, because this is the better version of a lot of those. A lot of different fantasy animes, as well as a lot of different MMO animes and stuff like that. And again, a lot of times it just straight up feels like it's making fun of Sword Art Online at some points. Just how similar a lot of aspects are, but how much better Overlord is doing it. I don't know, but tell me what you guys in the comments below. Thank you for watching the videos that I've done. Links are on my Facebook, descriptions around there somewhere. And we will. Whoa. Ah, dang it. I dropped my mask. And we will.
See you later. The blade of Ainz gone.